Hey everybody, how you doing? Coach Martinez here again, coming at you, and today I want to talk on part 2 with seller's concession. This one is a hot subject because I believe that not too many people know what's covered when it comes to the seller's concession. So I believe it's a great thing that you are always informed in order for you to make a very well educated decision on the purchase of your house. So let's talk about seller's concessions part 2. Now, going back to what I was telling you on one of the videos prior to this one. So I'm assuming closing cost of 6%, down payment of 3.5%, and you only have $20,000 to buy the house. All right, so again, on this scenario, I'm just gonna stick with $350,000. Again, if you want me to work out your number, give me a call. I'll be more than happy to do it. But for simplicity purpose, I am gonna stick with $350,000 right now. So down payment will be $12,250. Then the closing cost, it's gonna be $20,265, and you are short $12,265. So how do we do the seller concession thing? Now check this out. I got 2 scenarios right here. The third one I don't even want to consider because it's not good. So I'm just gonna give you these 2 scenarios right now. The first one is, now let me give you some background on this one. So once you go and buy the house, you go into contract, there's gonna be somebody from the bank that is gonna come to the house, and we call him the appraiser. The appraiser will value the house. So let's say that we bought the house for $350. They're gonna come and they're gonna say, yes, this house is $350. Let's say they bought the house for $345, $385. They're gonna come and they say, yes, this house is $345, or it's less than $345, or it's more than $345. That is the job of the appraiser. So with that in mind, so now we are in contract, right? We're there. So we want a seller's concession. And let's say that the seller already has agreed that, hey, look, that's cool. I will agree to a seller's concession. So there are 2 possible scenarios here. The first scenario is that the house actually values for more than what was listed. And it was listed at $350,000. Now, the guy from the bank comes here and determines that the value of the house is $365,000. Good news for you, my friend, good news for you, because now the seller says, you know what, I just want my $350,000. I'm okay with that. Now, those other $15,000, you can use them to close on the house. So the bank says, okay. They ask you if you're okay with it, and of course you're gonna be okay with it, and you say, yeah, sure. So you roll that money into the purchase price of the house. So that's another video with some other math, but then you get a loan, a higher amount loan than the $350,000. So everyone's happy. This is the best case scenario. Everyone's happy. The extra $15,000 that were right there, right here, this extra money goes towards closing cost, and everyone's happy. You don't have to stress out about where am I gonna get the rest of the money, because the value of the house was up there. Now, what happens if the value of the house is flat? Meaning, it's $350,000. It didn't go up. Now, the seller has to make an executive decision and say, I am okay with losing on $12,265. In other words, he would have to be $350,000 minus $12,265. I believe that's 337, something like that. So he will have to say, all right, I really want you to get this house. So yeah, I'm willing to lose on $12,265. As you probably know, that's a situation that nobody wants to be in. and because I highly doubt that the seller is going to be willing to lose on that money. So that is the tricky side of the seller concession. Now, I went to the extremes here, just so you know, because sometimes people, like I've had many instances where somebody will finance like $3,000 or $4,000 seller's concession. In other words, the house, it's at $350 and we just want $4,000. So if the house comes at $354,000, they finance those $4,000 into the house, and I'm sorry, into the loan, and they don't have to worry about that. These are the two extreme cases. So in this case, you know, it values for $15,000 more, that's great, but it could value for another $5,000 more, you know, and you can use that money towards closing costs. Now, you can see why right here, sometimes it might be detrimental when you don't have this number in line. So if this number was 30 grand, then the number that we're looking for is not as big, and we can be more flexible and have more leverage when it comes to negotiation. All right, but that, again, that's another video for another time. But this is pretty much what seller's concession is. So again, a quick recap. If the value of the house goes up and they are willing to finance that value, so they are foregoing the difference, so they are foregoing this $15,000, but at this point they don't much care because they are happy with getting their $350. The problem comes right here. If the house values at $350 and nothing more. Now the question is, will they forego this $12,000 to $165,000? And most people, when the sales concession is too high, they're not willing to do it because they're running a risk too. All right. So, anyways, if you have any questions, please let me know. I hope this part made a little bit clearer on the seller's concession. Probably will make another video because I know there's a lot of info when it comes to seller's concessions. All right, so again, any questions, shoot me a text message, give me a phone call, search me up on Google, on Facebook or Google. I'm pretty sure I'm there too, and I'll be more than happy to help you with answering any questions that you might have. All right, so till next time, hope you're having a great day.